You are literally a product of your own potential, your own sacrifice, your own intuition, and your own desires. That's why I'm going to start this video off reading two separate quotes. The first one is, "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable of." And the second quote, "Nothing is scarier than avoiding your full potential." For anybody who's heard any type of quotes like that or been in the self-improvement space, you 100% know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why we're going to dive right into today's video. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy AZ, back for another video. I hope you've been doing well. It is Saturday, the weekend, and just to give you guys a quick update, still been going through the background check for the new job that I will be starting soon. It has been a long week of constantly resubmitting papers, forwarding information, and giving them all the background documentation, employment documentation, going to do a drug test, and submitting whatever information needed for them to verify my background and also sign off on my employment for me to start. As we all know, I have stopped working at Wendy's, so I have just been chilling at home, making sure to pump out as much content as possible while also doing all the things that will continuously get me to my potential, which is the topic of today's video. I know a lot of guys are struggling with this certain aspect. I would say I still struggle with this sometimes, but I understand what is needed for me to improve in this aspect. So I'm going to really teach you guys and also give you the game on confidence. I understand that a lot of guys struggle with that aspect because confidence is built on certain things. I've heard a quote from many people, but this quote not only signifies what it means to have confidence, but it also puts it in alignment of certain things needed to be acquired in order to truly gain confidence. And that quote is, "Confidence is gained from competence, which comes from completing your accomplishments." And that means that in order to gain confidence, that comes from competence, which is knowing that you're not dumb and also knowing that you're able to do things. Where does that come from? It comes from completing your accomplishments, meaning it also comes from completing the hard tasks, achieving personal goals, and doing the things that you told yourself you're going to do, which will not only prove to yourself that you are smart, it proves to yourself that you are capable, and it gives you the ability to tackle new challenges without overthinking or having the fear that you're not going to be able to be successful, because you have your own past accomplishments as self-proof to give you confidence in whatever new challenges you're going to tackle. So when it comes to confidence, you need to focus on achieving your accomplishments so you can gain that competence, which will then transfer into confidence. And for a lot of guys, the number one way to achieve confidence, or at least the easiest way to start building your confidence, starts with your physique. I know one of the main problems that have been said along the social media space and also in just real life is the male loneliness epidemic, which I don't want to get into too much, but I would say even if there isn't such a thing as the male loneliness epidemic, the one thing that every man should be is confident within himself, his own abilities, and the things that he's able to do. And I understand that a lot of guys nowadays aren't too confident with what they're capable of in themselves, what they're capable of in the world, and they just lack that reassurance that they know whatever's going on, they can achieve what they still want regardless of the things that are going on in their personal life or outside. And that not only has a real big deal on someone's confidence, but it also goes to show you the type of mindset somebody can have, especially as a man in the year 2026. With how comfortable society has made things, it's very hard for people to sometimes do the most to achieve certain goals, because as we all know, if you don't know, humans are very lazy creatures, unfortunately. Yes, we can work hard, but we don't want to work hard if we don't have to. So a lot of times people go towards the path of least resistance. That's why doing things like ordering DoorDash when you can get in your car to go drive to a place is widely used, because DoorDash, Uber, Grubhub, they provide that convenience of not having to leave your home. So people would rather go towards the path of least resistance. It's easier to just pick up your phone and order your food through the app, have it delivered to you, versus picking up your car keys, putting on some clothes, putting on some shoes, driving yourself to wherever you want to go, either waiting in the drive-thru or going inside and ordering your food, getting back in your car and driving all the way home. So that's another reason why when it comes to confidence, you want to be able to do things that you know will get you to those personal goals you have. That's why the laziness that has been widespread in the year 2026, and also as society has become more developed and more comfortable, it is a big hindrance towards developing men, and especially the young men of this generation. No doubt, especially me as a general manager and a manager as well, no doubt me, especially having so much management experience from being a general manager, being a regular manager, and also having to have staff under me, I can definitely say I've seen the quote unquote laziness within the young men of today's day and age. I understand not everybody has certain things going on in their life that forces them to do certain things, but I also know it's very important for everybody, regardless of what you're doing and regardless of where your life is, to put your best foot forward in the work environment. And I've seen how a lot of young men especially don't care too much to work as hard in the work environment, because either they don't have bills where they need to make that money, or they don't care about the job enough, which I can understand. But being in the position that I've been in as a manager, it's hard for me to accommodate that type of laziness or that feeling, because at the end of the day, the common sense is you came in, applied for, and wanted this job. So now, although you may not really want to be here, you're still here. So for you to not put in the effort to do this job, or for me to have to go the extra mile to remind you and constantly chase you to do your job, either reminding you to get off your phone, telling you to stop talking, or stop standing around and doing things, that just adds to the comfortability of the society we have. Because if you're at a job where you get paid to be here, why would you not do what you're supposed to do? And why would you put yourself in a situation to either get yelled at or get in trouble by your management? That doesn't make any sense. So it's been my responsibility as not only a growing young man, but also somebody in management, to not only preach to the younger men of my staff, but also the younger men of my generation, not only why you need to work hard, but also be that good example, which is why I'm making these YouTube videos and also putting out this content to let every single young man know that hard work is very important. I understand that when it comes to working hard, we all want to level up in our career field. We all want to make a lot of money, and we all want to do the things that will put us in the best position to either be able to take care of our families, start our own families, or get that girl that we want and be able to provide for her. But at the same time, that takes a level of work ethic that if you don't start as early as possible, you won't be able to build it. Because even me, that I like to work hard, my work ethic wasn't always like that from day one. But as time grew on and as I pushed myself to do more challenges, that is what not only allowed me to understand how working hard can benefit me, but it also motivated me to do things that other people wouldn't do, whether if it's in the work environment, staying later to help out the staff, whether it's doing certain tasks that most people wouldn't want to do, such as taking out the trash, cleaning the dining room, or making sure things are clean, or whether it's learning multiple positions. That way I understand I can be more useful in the work environment to not only help out the staff, but also show that I can be a good leader. And it's these aspects that allowed me to move up. For example, like I was a manager at Chick-fil-A, or before I was a manager, not only did I have a lot of experience in the fast food industry, but because of my height and my high energy, being able to move from position to position, whether it was bagging sandwiches, making French fries, or even handing out food at the drive-thru window, they saw that me being able to handle that level of speed, that pace, and also being able to multitask while also helping out my staff, my fellow co-workers when necessary, allowed me to not only show how useful I can be to my upper management, but that's what allowed them to have the trust in me to move me up to management. That way I can not only earn more money, but also further myself in my hospitality career, and also be a bigger and better example of a leader to those who are younger than me, because I'm similar in age to them. So it gives them that confidence that they can rely on me, especially because I'm now in the management position. You want to show yourself as somebody who is competent, useful, and also reliable. Doing all these things, not only in the work environment, but outside of the work environment, will boost your confidence, but it will also give you all the elements needed to either further yourself in your career, not be nervous when you want to go up to that girl and talk to her, but also make better and smarter life choices. All these things in tandem, when building up your confidence, they help you in so many ways, which is why not only working hard at work, going the extra mile at times, and doing what you know can not only better yourself, but also better everyone around you is very important. Not only that, but the one thing that I've been doing that I want a lot of guys to start is working on your physique, like I said before. Working on your physique is a very important thing that not only improves your health, challenges you to not only work on yourself, but also build your body up, but it's the easiest and the first way to build your confidence as a man, because you're tackling the biggest challenge possible, changing your physique. Not only will you be changing your physique, but you'll be changing your mindset, because when it comes to the gym, you have to transform yourself in a certain way to be very successful and achieve the body that you want. A lot of people like me are gym heads, and they want to be able to have a certain look, so they understand they need to eat a certain amount of protein, they need to have a specific diet. If, for example, you want to go IFBB Pro or start posing and doing certain type of shows. But overall, if you want to understand and also perform better in the gym, grow muscle, and have a very defined physique, you have to not only understand what you need to do, but make those subtle changes both in your diet, in your mindset, and also in your behavioral habits. You'll have to stay consistent in the gym. You'll have to work out with a scheduled routine. And even if necessary, you have to create a specific workout plan that not only tackles specific muscle groups, but also improves on your overall aesthetic physique, because that will not only build your confidence, but once you start to see the changes in your body, once you start to see your chest grow, once you start to see your biceps form, once you start to see the definition in your legs, you're not only going to be obsessed, but that is going to show you that you have all the capabilities to tackle things outside of the gym. Why? Because you started to do something that you've seen a lot of people want to do, but maybe not be as successful as you because they probably didn't take it as seriously as you did, which is changing your physique. Changing your physique, as a lot of people have seen, has become one of the biggest trends on the internet. Not only from all the gym bros, all the coaches online that have started offering online programs trying to help people get to their dream physiques, but also not only the fitness industry with all the gym clothes, the type of supplements, type of energy drinks, and all these different products that help you go hard in the gym, but also achieve your dream physique. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes effort, but all of this is worth it, because it builds the one thing that will allow you to tackle several challenges in life. It builds your confidence. Why? Because you've gained competence. How? Because you completed your accomplishments. And those not only take you farther in life, but they show you all the things that not only other people are missing, but it will allow you to connect the dots on why certain people, why certain things happen in the world. Because as you now start to hone in on what you need to do, you start to pay attention to what other people aren't doing in certain ways, which aren't getting them the results that you're getting. And that's the psychology of self-improvement. Once you start to do what you know you're supposed to do, you're going to start noticing all the micro things that other people around you don't do, which causes them to do the same thing that a lot of people generally do, which is complain. Now, I'm not going to say complaining isn't a natural thing. We all complain. Even myself, I complain. But at the same time, once you start to work on yourself and do certain things that you know you're supposed to do, you'll start to question why other people don't do certain things they're supposed to do if it's that easy. You'll look around once you see people in the gym, and even though this is not to judge, but you see people not taking certain aspects of their life seriously, not doing certain things seriously. And when you get out of the gym, especially if you're the type like me to stay consistent and you like to eat healthy, you like to eat clean, once you go out of the gym, you'll see how some people are counterproductive to what they do in the gym. They'll go out, either party or drink, either the same day or following day after they just worked out, which to a certain extent takes away some of the progress that they did throughout the week in the gym, which is why you don't see certain people having the progress that they should have, even though they've been doing this fitness journey for as long as they have been doing it. And that is a position you never want to be in. You don't want to ever be doing something for so long, but at the same time not achieving the results you're supposed to be achieving because the things you're doing outside of that are counterproductive to what you're doing to better yourself. Which is why when it comes to your confidence, not only working on your physique, but also in the work environment, going out of your way at times to do better, be the leader, and also be the example of what you need to do, not only helps your coworkers, but it also motivates them to go out their way at times because maybe they've never seen an example of that. Maybe you have the type of upper management who unfortunately is lazy, who isn't hands-on, and doesn't like to be around the staff and help them do the work. So when staff members have other staff that like to go out their way and do the hard work, they see that it's not just them that's going to do it. They have people around them who will support. So don't be that person who's just going to say, oh, because you don't see nobody doing it, you don't want to do it either. That's not how you become successful. That's not how you level up. And that's not how you get to a position where you make $72,000 at the age of 26. I understand that I still haven't gotten that position yet, but the fact that I've even been able to interview for that job at that level, at this age, shows the type of confidence that I have from my competence, which was achieved through my accomplishments. And that's what I want everybody to take away from this video. Confidence is achieved through competence, which comes from accomplishments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that sub button. We're so close to reaching 100 subscribers. We're at 74. That's only 26 subscribers away. So the next 26 people who watch this video, I expect to see you subscribe and I expect to see you hit that like button. If there's any type of videos you guys want me to talk about, I'm going to be continuing to update you guys on my fitness journey. I want to not only do more talking videos, but I want to go really in depth on the psychology of certain behaviors so I can help you guys really narrow down the nonsense that you see in the outside world and help you counteract that through your own behavior and through proper thinking. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.